seconds of it and call it fair use? Is that transformative since we've created a digital jungle here?
We could make our own cover of it, maybe.
Now you got a thought.
The karaoke version. Yeah, there we go. I always wanted to hear Gary B sing. He's got some pipes hidden somewhere.
I'm sure he can handle it.
True.
Yeah.
Well, Beast Coast will get the first pick here. 2 bands already, Nyx and Bat, and then on the other side, a couple of bruisers. Your Timbersaw, your Clockwork, and they go with the Witch Doctor. The Doctor is in, Trent.
And the Lycan is in, too. It's like the first thing I think of when I see Witch Doctor now, because I feel like that's most games where he shows up. It's like Lycan and Beastmaster. I guess Beastmaster's still in, too, so that also kind of puts the point there.
10 seconds.
The Witch Doctor opener is interesting, though. Haven't really seen this too much. Just like, throw the Witch Doctor out there. I guess it doesn't reveal much, though. A little healing, some big damage.
I feel like he's like low key, a really great 5. Like he's quite popular in pubs, and as Trent said, really good versus summons. He's good in lane, has pretty decent kill potential, has the heal. He's just pretty. He kind of has everything, I feel.
Yeah, he's very flexible in the laning stage. Between like you can play super defensively or very aggressive, depending on like what the duo you're facing is. I think the biggest problem with Witch Doctor, and any Witch Doctor spammer I'm sure has run into this, is that you first pick Witch Doctor, and then it winds up being a game where your stun is very important. Like this idea of, I need to like catch this Storm Spirit. Like I could win this game if I could just stun Storm. You know what I mean? And he's one of these 5s that just does not have that in his kit at all. Like you are not able to handle the super slippery heroes that require like a Hex or a Root.
All the spirits pretty much kind of don't care about him. That said, CM really good against all. I mean, I guess not really good, but pretty good with that Frostbite against the spirits. And I'm really glad that they got the Azure Spirit again. I feel like Schofield, he had a pretty shaky start, but when he mattered, he played so well. And I think our Spirit is probably one of the best 4s available right now. He's just so versatile, scales really well, can build so many different items. He's a really good hero. And his shard is... he didn't get his shard in last game?
I don't think so. No.
I haven't seen it a lot lately. Yeah, I think it's good too.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like, maybe it's a case of the shard is only like maybe even the good Earth Spirits feel like there's better items that are more important to them. Whereas the shard can kind of be, it can be like avoided in the sense of like, okay, I just need to be more cautious about my stones. I mean, the vision is cool, but I don't know if it's like the best part of it.
Yeah, true.
God, if I could just instantly be the best at any hero, it would be Earth Spirit.
I totally thought you were going to say Ricky there. It's like, oh, Trent. Oh, sweet Trent.
No, it would be Earth
All
Spirit.
in on the Ricky. This is the hill you die on, friend. You might have survived against Bulldog, but you will not survive the Ricky endorsement. I love the Ricky here against both these heroes, though. Great options against Witch Doctor, and honestly, pretty good options against Earth Spirit as well. AoE silence.
True. I think Ricky, just one of the best carries in the patch right now.
Yeah. He also brings up that same idea of like the Witch Doctor not having that instant stun. So now you have 2 heroes. Like Earth Spirit's like interesting because you have the silence pull, so that's like sort of a like decent range disable on the Ricky, but it's not an end all be all to like controlling the hero.
I think he also benefits a lot from the CM aura, can play high tempo even. I guess he's probably going to go Battle Fury because almost every Ricky is going for it. But he can play high tempo even without the Perseverance, can just rush that Broadsword Claymore and still just like accelerate his farm. And they're going to take that Monkey King away. All right.
No MK.
No Mars either. Just some good initiating kind of mid-game heroes getting taken out in this phase, it looks like. Puck, Invoker, Pango.
5 seconds remaining.
Those nasty skirmish heroes just good at breaking up the chaos.
Team pick.
And then just the Storm, too. So
and then Storm Spirit, yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, we've seen the Puck versus the Ricky. That I think is going to be a more common counter pick because this idea of just like coiling him down and trying to get hold of him so that he can't do all his tricks of the trades and nuisances. Yeah, and of course the shard is
Puck having True Sight is kind of nice. That's
sure,
cool.
why not? You know, just throw it on there. Is that going to get removed?
Nice to have.
Is Puck losing that True Sight and they're going to buff the other aspects?
So. It's
I kind of hope so.
It's
I
don't know.
I mean, at first when they gave Zeus the ability to deward like that, it felt a little bit egregious. You're like, yeah, but it's Zeus. He doesn't have any mobility. You know, he has to compromise his position. And Puck, it's like, this guy doesn't get punished at all for dewarding. This is just...
Have you seen Zeus shard, though? It's pretty annoying, actually.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's the Zeus is, I would say, like kind of top 10% shard for me.
Yeah, it didn't allow him to get picked that much, but it is a good shard.
Yeah, I still haven't seen him, but...
Some frosty characters for the jungle here, man. Look at all those particles coming off of Tusk. Look how cold he is, Trent. His claw.
He's an icy guy.
Really get to appreciate all these particles here when we're hanging out in the jungle. But now Tusk. So a really good 4 here for the EGOBOYS.
I like the fact that, later on to the game, Ricky can tricks of the trade on top of the Tusk. You have that snowball combination. I think the snowball save's always going to be useful as well, and he's a pretty good laner.
How tricks of the trade, or how would it work with tag team? That sounds like it's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I think it
should
works
work,
like a normal
right?
attack, right? Yeah.
That's really strong, actually.
It's pretty decent.
I don't think I've seen that combo yet.
10
But
seconds.
yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? Like, I'm getting on top of them with snowball. If Ricky's just here and I'm putting the debuff on everyone, then whoever's he's hitting is going to be receiving that bonus damage.
Yeah.
And now they get a big
the Underlord. That's pretty good damage mitigation. Ricky does hit pretty hard.
big root too, right?
Now check out the glow though, Trent.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're telling me that these guys aren't a couple of ravers right here, the Underlord and the Earth Spirit, these guys are ready to go to a Deadmau5 concert and dance until the sun comes up.
Damn, that is pretty neon.
It's like it blends in with the Dota interface more, but you see it here, like, whoa.
It looks like Witch Doctor's just on the wrong side.
Yeah.
It's I kind of actually like these guys. It's, you know,
Tusk does seem way grayer than I remember him, right?
Like, no, living in the
melting.
frozen tundra will do that to you, Bowie. A lot of gray out there.
Yeah. Oh.
So they don't have
need
MK.
something to tie this together, though. A lot of good
Yeah.
single target right now.
A lot of those heroes that you like to have in the matchup versus Underlit are also just gone too. There's not many left. Makes it a bit annoying right now.
It's like, is Ursa kind of the big one still hanging?
Yeah, in terms of
think
the
you want
position ones, yeah.
Ursa and Ricky necessarily. So yeah, they pick up Lesh now.
Potentially
There's some push.
position 3 for them as well. I think with the Tusk, right? Snowball
Yeah.
into Split Earth.
Pretty good.
Basically
Lesh is
the
so
same
good
concept.
because, like, you forced tower so well, you have a Riki. So I think you
10
definitely want
seconds
to
remaining.
make sure that you can still get objectives even though you have that carry.
Yes.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
We've seen a couple teams already fall to that in the DPC.
Yeah.
Of the Ricky lineups unable to take the high ground, leading to some pretty disastrous finishes.
Mm-hmm. You can have so many items and you still feel like a wet noodle hitting towers. But I'm a little, I don't know, I feel a little scared for the Underlord lineups. I usually like Underlord when you have this like really big core that you can like force team fights and use the ult to get away. So like a Medusa. Like in by itself, I'm not a big fan of Underlord. It might just be my bias, but hopefully they'll pick this like super greedy carry that works
Radiant
well
team
with
back.
the Underlord teleportation. I guess Wraith King.
Of
kinda
course.
works that
It's
way.
Hector. It's time.
There is some, yeah, exactly. It's a comfort pick, but there is some synergy in that, Bowie. You know, if you know the Wraith King's going down, he dies. The ultimate has a pretty predictable timer. So as an Underlord player, pretty easy to time that ulti with reincarnation
10
coming back with a
seconds
pretty
remaining.
big window until Wraith King gets killed a second time. So
By the way, this is the same
5
carry
seconds
matchup that
remaining.
we saw in that EG versus 4 Zoomers match with
Ooh.
Aghanim Scepter Rapier TP back to base. Now they have
Yeah.
the Underlord to TP the Wraith King too. So that's cool.
Makes it, yeah, and they know need the Aghanims, right? There, that's the
Yeah,
plan. Yeah, that's
All right, I like this. Now I guess
Yeah.
they're liking mid heroes on both sides.
that's a good DP ban.
10
Percent base
seconds
damage
remaining.
would have been
Yeah.
again additional tower push too.
I like this lineup for Beast Coast. Very solid, very well rounded, some comfort picks.
Void Spirit maybe again being left
something
in.
nice and mobile.
Team banned.
It looks like EGOBOYS are banning that way, right? For a lot of their last picks, trying to
Yeah.
take away that as an option for holding down the Ricky. The mid Grim, perhaps? Can we tether the Riki down?
Oh,
No,
I wouldn't mind that.
That's a
Double
good
cask, double Wraithfire Blast.
10 seconds remaining.
Of course,
I don't know.
last pick will be for EGOBOYS, so they will get to react.
5 seconds remaining.
Lena is still in. I mean, in terms of just like blind 9th pick heroes.
Yeah, I feel like Riki's so good versus Lina though. Like once because of the smoke screen. I wonder if they would go for something that cares a little bit less about him. And they do like that push that you mentioned too. But there's not a lot of other heroes that mid heroes that give push besides maybe like a Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and there you go. And an instant stun, right? That would have been a really nice hero. Nice and tanky
Yeah.
versus the physical damage of the Riki.
But I don't think Dragon Knight's really a Chris-like hero. I think they're gonna go for. Oh, there you go.
There's Lena.
Just
so,
one anyway.
Okay.
You,
I think-
you sniped it, Trent. Very safe.
I think they just want the space. It's like if Riki's getting to our Lena, he's in the middle of Earth Spirit, Underlord, and Wraith King, and I would hope that we can punish that. You know?
Yeah. They've got a great front line. A lot of
10
peel.
seconds remaining.
So EGOBOYS, they're gonna have to decide here. Where's this Lesh
5
going?
seconds
Mid,
remaining.
off lane? Are they gonna pull some kind of shenanigan? I don't think you can put Riki mid versus Lena, and no reserve time. They decide
Whoa!
on Bristle. This hero is
Interesting.
so weird. Okay, Sacred grabs the Bristle back.
Okay.
3
Whoa.
Bristle? Oh man, I don't know. This hero. When was the last time Bristle felt good?
I was gonna cite the
Never.
Thompson mid game. That game where Thompson went mid and then he was able to just kind of take over the game. But I think he had a wisp as well.
And- yeah, he
Yeah,
was like
and did
stealing
we-
someone's stacks or something.
Yeah.
And
I'm
we did
not
see a good carry Bristle, right? But off
I think we did in the qualifiers, maybe. I haven't seen a 3 Bristle in a while. I think it is very challenging to execute with. I definitely like Beast Coast for a 2-0 here. I'll go ahead and start the predictions off, boys.
what is the plan then? Like, get really quick farm on Sacred and start like pushing tower. I don't know. How do you push towers into this? This looks like if there's early bots on Chris Luck. I don't know. I think Beast Coast just have a pretty good looking game here.
It's like a super straightforward lineup. There's just
Yeah, it was pretty scary to play Bristle versus Maledict too.
yeah,
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
Witch Doctor.
100%.
Oh, we'll see. I agree with Zyori. I think Beast Coast is the better team here, and their draft seems much easier to execute.
Yeah. All right. Well, go crazy, EGOBOYS. See if you can snowball really hard. But yeah, I'm all in on the tidal wave of Beast Coast.
All right, the tidal wave. Let's see what happens here. Game number 2. I don't think our ticker in-game got updated, but of course, Beast Coast did take that first game. So a win here would make this series a 2-0 best-of-3 victory. Our very first series here for the upper bracket, and we've got 2 casters to continue the podcast. It's Gary, it's Steven, and I'm curious to hear their thoughts about this Wraith King.
Yeah, I'm super curious about this Wraith King. I'm really curious, Theban, on your thoughts about the Bristleback, that last pick coming in from EGOBOYS. What are your thoughts?
Oh,
Okay.
I don't think I need to give you words to tell you what my thoughts on that Bristleback is, but
Just
picking
groaning.
Bristleback, yeah, into Underlord. And Wraith King's actually a pretty good hero against Bristle too. In some ways, like you get that pretty big stun or abyssal on him, get in front of him, you can burst him down too. That being said, they're only. I guess they can buy Silver Edge on Lena, right? They can buy Silver Edge on Lena. They can buy Silver Edge on Wraith King, and these are like hard counter items against Bristleback as well.
Yeah, and the panel also mentioning, Maledict as a big one there with Laguna Blade to potentially just
definitely.
shred through him. We'll see what Sacred gets up to. Might just follow the Wraith King around, try and find some of those stacks the panel was mentioning, and accelerate on the Bristle. The other heroes, though,
Yeah.
Riki up at top with the Crystal Maiden against Underlord Earth Spirit. Like, Beast Coast just have these really oppressive lanes.
Mm-hmm. They do. And they have a lot of lane shoving as well, so they don't really have to. They won't really lose their lanes badly either. Because if the lane gets bad, all they have to do is drop their skills on the creeps. The creeps are going to push into the enemy, and that's it. You're going to get your XP, you're going to get your gold. They're not going to be able to pressure you any longer, and you can just keep playing off that. And they're just playing for their timing, where their Underlord gets fat with a bunch of aura items, Wraith King gets his items, Lena just runs around and shoves lanes out, and then once you group up with your items, you're going to be so strong. I think that's what the EGOBOYS were also trying to do with the Bristleback, though. Like, they were trying to look for a hero who can buy those auras, and they came to the conclusion that Bristleback was probably the best choice.
And Chris Luck getting chased down already. Nice little
Big
dip
kill.
into this bounty rune area. They both dodge Light Strike Array, so that is, you're right, a huge kill for EGOBOYS to kick things off with.
Yeah, that means Lina's gonna have to TP back mid. Might actually lose out like on the first creep. It's pretty significant.
Yeah, great start
No,
for
she's
them.
gonna be fine. Makes it
Wave
back.
Is up on the Lecher's high ground, but Chris Luck should be able to make the most of this. Denies out the first range creep, in fact. Open that top lane. Like Scope, you know, we had this in the previous game as well, right? Crystal Maiden against Earth Spirit, and Schofield just runs around chasing you non-stop. That leaves Underlord in a 1v1 against Ricky, if that continues happening. But it looks like Maiden here is just going to give up on chasing Earth Spirit, let Schofield drag the wave.
Gonna be able to deny another creep wave. Now is very sad about this. That's for sure. Because he always loses an entire creep wave worth of experience whenever
Incredibly
this
sad.
happens.
That's not a good look for him. And then in that bottom lane, Wraith King, Witch Doctor, Maledict level 1. Trying to stick it to Sacred. Bristleback is already burning through a significant amount of regen. Has to bring another salve down bottom. Nice stun up the
This is a
Tusk.
very favorable matchup for Beast Coast, that's for sure. Tano is going to need to get that snowball out early to mitigate the damage from the Maledict, especially when they go in with that Wraith Fire Blast. Level 3, that's when we're probably going to be seeing some kills happening in this bot lane.
They really flick the switch of aggression. And Schofield up at top. Getting hounded away by Naur's Ricky. Let's see, does he try and drag this extra wave? Because Crystal Maiden has come back to try and defend it. Also a courier there that Schofield might be able to snipe out. Bottom lane Snowball, trying to get Tano out of danger. Maledict is ticking, but he's got 7 stick charges and he should be fine without them anyway. Lots of poking and prodding in these two side lanes. And then mid. Oh my god, Theban, what's happened mid lane?
Oh, wow. Absolute domination, that's what's happening. Meanwhile, bottom.
What's happened bottom lane?
Just with the little skellies. Managed to bring down the Bristleback there. Stinger wasn't even there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
and
that
top
was.
lane, Whisper does get dived by the Ricky. Crystal Maiden helping out with that Frostbite and Nova, level 1 and 2.
Yeah, at least they got one lane going their way right now. The Ricky and CM able to kill that Underlord off. But yeah, middle is just absolute domination right now. 16-8 to 7-1. I think that first blood onto Chris Luck really triggered him.
Put him into Berserker mode. He's blood raged up and he is angry. Still about a minute until the rune comes.
Getting wrecked right now.
It's disastrous. Then bottom lane.
Way out.
They go in again, forcing the snowball towards Witch Doctor. Doesn't have anything apart from 10 stick charges and is just allowing the Wraith King to try and whack into these two brawling heroes. It doesn't look like Beast Coast will get anything there, but top lane, the Crystal Maiden's found as she tries to pull and sniped out by Whisper.
I feel like we saw that in game number 1 as well. The CM, if she ever walks into the jungle, she just gets gone on by the position 3 and the 4 together. There's nothing she can do against the Earth Spirit.
Oh, Chris Luck.
Oh, mid?
Stun for stun. Alone does have that lightning
Fire.
storm. Chris Luck still surviving with the bottle charges and the roll in from Schofield. He's under tower and Alone is dying. The final Dragon Slave was enough. And 4-minute rune spawns top. Unfortunately for the Lina, doesn't get to refill the bottle.
Yeah, that Leshrac was getting so baited. Lina had like 2 bottle charges and a Fairy Fire and the Earth Spirit on the way middle to help out on taking that rune. So, whew, 11-1 on Leshrac mid. I don't know how he recovers from this.
Getting doubled up by the counterpart Lina. And that one death definitely doesn't help either. Alone is struggling to get into bottle even.
Yep, Sacred. It's gonna be good.
Tusk might not be. Chain stunned up under the skeletons. Maledict is at level 2, so he's
Whoa.
gonna tick down and gets popped. Top lane,
Those
roll in
skeletons
again. Whisper and Schofield are on the Maiden. So yet again, that move you're talking about, the 3 and 4 from Beast Coast, just contesting every pull, every stack. TPing home now. Whisper doesn't want to stick around against the Ricky. Goes back to his tier 1.
Bounty units are open too. I think that's 4 bounty units for Beast Coast.
Yeah.
Just
Lena-
like that.
Lena snuck one. Took one very deep. But yeah, what were you
Did
saying
you
about
notice-
skeletons?
Did you notice the skeletons? They walked over the shards. The ice shards, they just completely ignored them.
Really?
Yeah, they just walked over them. It was pretty interesting. Actually,
Well
Tano
done.
managed to take one of the bounties at least and gets a really deep ward in the Ancients area.
Good kickback, but the snowball's there. Schofield goes for the roll home. Doesn't connect with his stone. But EGOBOYS, they've brought a couple of heroes top, got nothing for it. Unless the Lesh can connect. Oh, Schofield doesn't have that rolling boulder, so it looks like Alone will finally get here for the takedown on Schofield, but the neutrals! Ancients claim it, and now Lena's arrived for a quick little pick off onto the Maiden. The Laguna Blade secures it, and Lashrak turning onto the Underlord, but Whisper has another Pit of Malice up his sleeve. Oh, no more stick charges, still on cooldown. But Alone has died to Ancients, and Chris Luck's come out with a double kill.
Right at the edge. On the edge of the Dragon Slave there, gets the kill onto the Tusk. Dying to the Ancients, I think Chris Luck might be a little bit sad about that, but that's okay. He's soul farmed now.
Oh, Stinger trades his life to allow K1 to get that kill on Sacred.
Completely worth it for K1. Got full XP for that kill on the Bristleback.
And K1, another one of those players that likes queuing up random little items everywhere. Ooh, mid lane. Chris Luck just walks high ground, throws a stun, runs away. Earth Spirit tracking back on the Tusk. Tano still wants to go for this. Tag team shards. Chris Luck does maneuver away that Light Strike array as Tano is just going to get demolished here by Schofield. And the long-range right-click attacks in from Chris Luck too. Lena's not done. Another Light Strike array. Crystal Maiden gonna get rolled upon here, misses and threads the needle, but Schofield silences Lash and that Laguna Blade final touch. Chris Luck gets it done. A double could turn into a triple here for him as Lena shreds through EGOBOYS one by one as they come to defend this mid-tier 1 tower.
Oh, man.
Chris Luck with a triple kill and a catapult wave.
Dude, good Lena players are so nice to watch, you know? Instead of just watching them feed on the map and just giving away their advantages, Lena is just, with that haste tune, he was able to do so much, dodge spells, get the perfect spell casting going on too.
Oh, is K1 dying? K1's very close to death. He doesn't have mana for ulti. That stick was 3 seconds away from cooling down. Now Sacred is trying to play towards Stinger as well. Maybe wants the double, but Maledict cask. Snowball comes. Tusk is going to help out to secure it. Bristleback does fall afterwards though.
Yeah, it doesn't give any experience away. And that was the nerf to Wraith King. He had 170 mana. In the last patch, his ulti got nerfed from 160 to 180 mana. So, there you have it.
Difference. All matters. Yeah, K1's another one of those players, you know, he's got Belt of Strength queued up after Radiance. We'll see if he decides to go for it.
Yeah, looks like he's going for possible SNY or something like that. I guess
True,
if he
true.
buys that belt. I mean, who knows? Maybe he just has it there because he likes seeing that in his quick buy.
Well, he's
K1
getting
again.
dived again. Does have Reincarnation this time. No one helping. TP from Schofield, it is arriving now. Sacred and Tano have popped the Reincarn and managed to force a couple of rotations.
Pretty long cooldown on the reincarnation. It's gonna be nice for EGOBOYS. They know the next kill on him will be a kill and not a second life.
They should be able to kill Sacred here, though, with Cask and Maledict. They've got so much damage to dump onto the Bristleback. Tano's actually stuck around here.
Lena.
No snowball, and down he goes, while Lena still trying to roam around and come into this bottom lane. Doesn't claim the kills.
Still a
Wait,
lot
what's-
of damage though.
Where's Ricky here? There's a DD Lena whacking your tier 1. It looks like Ricky wants to defend.
Yeah, he TP'd down there and then noticed Lena is like, alright guys, I don't think I can go into this.
Yeah, maybe not then. And he does have that Orb of Corrosion with a Diffusal Blade queued up, so a bit of a step away from that Battle Fury build, but Crystallock is frontlining. Lina, not a tanky hero, and gets surrounded, but a good two-man Light Striker 8 hit with a Laguna Blade there. They try and bring Sacred down. Schofield unable to finish the job, but a Maledict should be able to pop the Bristle all the way back near that secret shop, while EGOBOYS don't find any additional targets, but still a good trade.
Very good trade. I don't think Beast Coast were expecting that to be a fight at all. They thought they were just going to get a free tower. K1 already left even. Lina just stuck around just to finish that off, but gets punished for it. I think that was like a mega kill Lina or something as well. Or yeah, that was a 6 kill streak Lina. That was a lot of gold that went the way of EGOBOYS.
Yeah, it was like 500 gold for Sacred. I mean, more than that. He got both kills. There's like 600-700 gold immediately in his pockets. And Wraith King now can sit back in the jungle and farm, but bottom, Whisper being jumped upon by the Tusk and the Riki. The Death Ward getting cancelled out by the Leshrac, but Alone is living up to his namesake here, and he is isolated under the tier 1. Schofield is so tanky, he rolls forward, misses out on Tano. Ooh, does he have another roll? He does in a second. Dusting up to spot the Riki. Wants the finish. The Urn Charge is ticking the Tusk low, and they do get the clear up. Riki's still going to get smashed up by the boulder, turns with the smoke screen, but Schofield is the absolute raid boss pos for support, who finally comes crumbling down as now gets his name up on the board.
Riki getting some much needed kills here. But yeah, like you said, the Aghanim, I mean the Battle Fury Ags build being Forsaken here in preference of the Diffusal Blade. I don't know how I feel about this. His late game is going to be hurt quite a bit because of it, but his fighting potential will increase right away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And the way this game's been going, it doesn't feel like late game is something that EGOBOYS can really reach for.
I guess he's just like gonna get the Diffusal, try to fight, let the Leshrac and Bristleback do the heavy lifting on tower damage and such.
Can the Underlord find the Lesh? And there's no Rod of Atos just yet for Whisper. Crystallock is smoked, and it does pop on the Witch Doctor and the Lina. Hunting for Lesh, and it looks like Stinger has caught a glimpse of Alone. Good split earth with the damage from the Pulse Nova. They shred the Witch Doctor, and the Leshrac, Yuled up, sent skywards, still able to stand his ground and maybe get another kill, but the Laguna Blade shuts that door on him. Whisper incredibly close to death.
Yeah, they were also making a play on the top side at the same time as well. They got the Wraith King's reincarnation, Earth Spirit TP'd in to help him, so he actually sacrificed himself for the Wraith King. So they get their boy K1 out, but ES also dying top. So 2 big fights happening on both sides of the map.
Yeah,
There's a level 1 ulti from Wraith King too.
tower is under attack.
Super long cooldown. But he's about 1,000 away from Radiance. Just needs a little bit more space.
He is. You know, you look away for a second, and he's already got Relic, and yeah, that's crazy. That's gonna be a really fast Radiance.
Radiant's top tower.
Incredible timing for him. But a good move from EGOBOYS to double ward up this Radiant Triangle. They've got some pretty good vision in the area.
Yeah, they gotta get some more smokes going. They might be like selling down a bit right now just to finish Leshrac's Yule, but they really can't afford to let this Wraith King get to his Radiance.
Yeah, a couple of item timings look like they're synchronizing pretty well for EGOBOYS. They've got this pipe on Bristle nearly done. The Yules on Lesh you mentioned.
Dire's top
And
tower
Riki
is
Diffusal
under
Blade. It's 700 gold away, really not that far. But top lane,
Still top.
if this aggression keeps coming from Beast Coast, they're just not going to hit those timings together.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's gotta feel bad, man. You just a Bristleback, you TP in, you instantly die.
Dire's structure
Oh, 6 deaths already.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the tanky
pretty
boy
rough.
that you were hoping for.
6
He's
kills
going
though.
for a pipe too. Yeah, he's also going for a straight pipe. I mean, the problem with pipe nowadays is that you don't get a lot of benefits from it, like yourself, right? It helps your team, but you yourself, like the most of the benefits you get is just from the hood itself, right? So it's a lot of gold that you need to invest into making your team a little bit stronger, kind of forsaking like your own abilities here.
Yeah, he's listened to you and he's just like, right, double bracer time.
Oh yeah,
Tank
he needs
myself up.
something like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lena with 2.5 grand saved up. We'll see if she goes boots of travel or if there's another idea
Surely,
that
right?
has.
Surely he'll go boost of travels.
That's what I was thinking, but you never know. Could be just a random BKB as Tano snowballing away from Death Ward. But again, Beast Coast have brought the numbers they need. That full duration Death Ward from Stinger, in fact, allowed to keep going.
Yeah, maybe he just goes for a BKB on Lena, actually. So he can't get smoke screened.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
good
under
idea.
attack.
And rolled on by the Tusk. That's a possibility, because he's got 3,000 gold. I mean, if he was going boost of travels, he would have already bought it, so...
And then you know that this Radiance Wraith King with level 2 ulti in a second is going to be able to frontline for you, and if you ever do get jumped, you'll have that BKB as an escape mechanism.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Wraith King, EGOBOYS try and find him, but it's just not possible.
They made a really like late rotation, right? His ulti is back up already. That 200 seconds has passed. I feel like they should just try to make a smoke as soon as they knew that the Wraith King ulti was down the first time they ganked him.
Radiant's top tower has
But
fallen.
waiting for their timings, and everything has been completely reset for Beast Coast.
Pretty heavily pushing that bottom tier 2. Also connecting from mid with Witch Doctor and Earth Spirit. That Bristleback in an awkward position defending that tower. Caught up in the Yules and the pit. He is tanky with his back turned, but they've got the surround on him. Maledict is going to try and secure the job, and Chris Luck now on a spree as mid lane reincarnation it is popped. The remaining 4 heroes of EGOBOYS surrounding K1, but
big
in comes
silence.
Schofield. The massive silence. Boulder Smash and McIntyre's going. K1 still falling though, and EGOBOYS are able to take them both down, but the cavalry has arrived and Chris Luck's there to shred through alone. That Death Ward
CM got
also finds
stuck.
the Crystal Maiden.
She got stuck. She couldn't get out from the creeps. Blocked her in. So it's not all for nothing, right? The Wraith King dies. They do still get 2 kills back on EGOBOYS. But kind of an awkward position from K1 while his team is trying to make a play on the Bristleback bottom.
I think he thought they had enough time to kill Bristle, then come back into that reincarnation play. Not quite fast enough for Beast Coast to make that work out.
What is Chris
Still-
doing? He's got 5k gold. Oh, there we go. Finally.
Yeah.
He bought it. He got the BKB. Okay. 10,000 net worth on Lena, Gary. Look at this
Oh
Lena.
my god. What?
Absolutely nutty. Yeah.
10, 2, and 3.
That's crazy. So
Sick
farmed. I mean,
performance.
this guy is one of the best Lenas in the world. Like, I've seen him play this hero plenty of times. He knows exactly what to do with it. He knows his limits and how everybody always wants to hunt the Lena. So he doesn't give that to them. And now with this BKB, it's going to be even more difficult to kill.
Yeah, he's like, why extend the game? Why boots of travel? I don't need to push out waves. We've capped all of our lanes pretty much across the river for the first 20 minutes. I can just win the game with a BKB. There's another smoke from EGOBOYS hunting in this Radiant Triangle farming area, but Tano gets jumped upon by Schofield. They throw Laguna Blade, the snowball, to dodge away from any further damage, but the Wraith King looking towards now. The Ricky has been focused and killed off. Now, EGOBOYS lacking a lot of damage. Schofield does go a bridge too far. Doesn't find the Tano Tusk, and also allowing Alone's Lash to escape. But losing your Ricky there has to feel so bad when he's gone for this early fighting build.
Exactly. He wants to take the fights, but, you know, Beast Coast just had all 5 heroes there. They were ready to battle right back. They still haven't de-warded this ward on the high ground, though. It's actually watching Beast Coast the entire time. And we might just see EGOBOYS do the same play again when they're alive. Get the Ricky, get another smoke going. Get back into that triangle area. And this time, hopefully, they can get a pick.
Yeah, maybe on that Wraith King. Does grab up his Sanj. Looks like this Wraith King is just going to go Sanj BKB. Tanky
Not
boy.
bad, right? You got that extra lifesteal amp from the Sanj and the status resistance. And then later, we'll probably see him complete that into a SNY.
Yeah, great setup for him.
Scanning.
Scanning into the pit. EGOBOYS know that something's happening. Beast Coast have cleared out the mid wave and they are in there dealing with Roshan. Tusk is pretty distant. The rest of his squad making moves towards the Roche pit. But Beast Coast, very good at just retreating. They find an opening on the bristleback. Chain rooting him, but Lina has a BKB here to turn and fight. Yule's up on the lash. The bristleback has been dealt with, handled by K1, and down goes Alone. Chris Luck looking for the Ricky now. They dust him up. Now with no tricks of the trade, tries to blink to the high ground thanks to Tano's Tusk, but they've got a bit of malice. Tusk is caught up, and now Ricky, where does he move to? He's rooted and he can't jump anywhere. 3 quick kills as the Underlord. He's popped the Dark Rift here. I don't know if he's baiting with the Tusk. He's toying with his food, and that is 4 heroes for no casualties over on the Beast Coast side. I'll leave the Maiden alone. Leave the Maiden alone.
Can't do anything, man. Oh.
It's a 5-man wipe. I'm calling it now. Bristol Maiden shredded by Chris Luck. Roshan opens up for Beast Coast again.
I don't know if you saw there, but K1 just completely annihilated that bristleback. There's nothing the bristleback can actually do against this hero anymore. Gets stunned, gets crit in the face, doesn't have a whole lot of armor, to be honest, against that hero.
Oh, interesting. He went for Eternal Shroud on the bristleback.
Yeah. Not getting that pipe. I mean, he realizes he needs something like that. You got to keep himself alive. Like, he can't really help his teammates if he's dead, right? So, went for a little bit more of a selfish item build instead. But he's just way too far behind on this bristleback at the moment. You see the Lina and the Wraith King, they're just so strong.
No, you don't.
They've got so much gold.
Underlord. Got the Aegis now too.
And Ricky.
On the Lina. The Lina.
Yeah, the Ricky trying to go back to Battle Fury. Tano, spotted out by Schofield. Chris Luck has a Yule's here. Tano has Snowball to try and maybe dodge away from it, but the Light Strike Array and the Chain Stun's connecting perfectly from Beast Coast. There was no option of a retreat.
Yeah, we're just gonna see Beast Coast now just completely play out the map, push out the lanes, top, middle, bottom, try to go for these tier 2 towers. Might even see them just go straight into the high ground if they don't feel like EGOBOYS can defend the bottom tier 2. Get a nice little positioning down there, and then they can always use the Dark Rift to go back top and push that lane out afterwards.
Yeah, that's why Ricky trying pretty desperately to cut these waves. Spotted by Schofield, though. Beast Coast know roughly where Ricky is.
Only 1 creep coming out now, so that's gonna be nice. Buy enough time on EGOBOYS to force maybe Beast Coast back here. It was Beast Coast's full intention, I think, to try and go high ground possibly with the wave bottom.
Yeah, you're right. Stopped in its tracks. Well, I got a tier 2 at the very least. As Bristleback unable to capitalize on that space. Just farming a few neutral camps. Can't really pressure objectives on his own. It doesn't look like that plan for high ground has stopped completely. They've defended the creep wave coming in. Schofield has bodyguarded the creeps arriving.
It's time. The Beast Coast push.
Chris Luck doesn't have much mana here, but he's got Aegis, so they'll just run straight into the base. Deep dive onto the Maiden, force the buyback. They've got the Bristleback trapped up inside the Maledict and the stuns. He's gonna die to this. That Death Ward has done a tremendous amount of damage. Sacred still looking alright, but they have forced the Aegis of Lina as Tano's Tusk. He's dragged the wave back, stopping the push, but back in the base, the Maidens die back. As Chris Luck, Yules by the Lesh, stun coming. Oh, missed though. Pops his BKB and Chris Luck's able to dodge away from danger. Somehow, Tano's managed to TP back home. Snowball connects and stops the TP, but a full staff out. And the Dark Rift will save Chris Luck up while K1 TP's home. They have somehow managed to get out of there.
The awareness, the Witch Doctor with the mech. You got the Voodoo Restoration 2 on the Lina. Then Underlord Dark Rifting after Lina's TP got cancelled too. They're just gonna go back at it. They're not gonna stop. They feel like they have everything they could possibly need to end this game. It's just a matter of EGOBOYS fighting them back, dying.
All fears fading.
And that's it.
Tusky. shows himself on the mid lane. Doesn't last very long.
Radiant are scanning.
EGOBOYS are kind of stuck in a rut of trying to cut back waves,
Is under attack.
stop the relentless push from coming, hunt for
They
any
got that,
like Earth Spirits
they got
deep.
that Battle Fury at least on the Ricky.
Has fallen.
So maybe, just maybe, if they can hold like 2 or 3 more pushes like this, and Ricky can get to his next items, they might have enough damage to be able to delete like the Witch Doctor or the Earth Spirit at the start of the fight.
And try and get that numbers advantage going.
Yep.
Well, they've carved a nice bit of map for themselves. Earth Spirit's going to be backed up by the Lina though, and they see the Ricky.
They see Ricky.
They know exactly where he is. Silenced up, catch him with a Light Strike Array stun, and blow him out of the water.
Damage.
Ricky, shredded by the
Daedalus.
Daedalus. Chris Luck with a big right clicks. Light Strike, yeah, he just TP's home. Oh, whoa, whoa! Wait, did Chris Luck see him? That Light Strike Array nearly landed, but in the mid lane, we'll come back to that in a second. Sacred has been hounded here by 3 members of Beast Coast. Bristleback is about to fall. The rest of EGOBOYS, they're on their high ground in the jungle. And Schofield missing out on the roll, barely, allowing Tano to TP home.
Yeah, that's not that unkillable Bristleback that everybody's always hoping to see. That one just kind of melted. Didn't really do a whole lot of quill damage either.
Yeah, not done a whole lot of anything. 6, 9, and 2. Has had a rough game here, Sacred.
Tower is under attack.
And the high ground, it is collapsing. Roll from Schofield, finding the maiden once
Kick
more.
back.
One hit crit from K1, clears it up. Still holding level 3 reincarnation, so he can just warp freely with impunity into this dire base. Another couple of quick kills. And Leshrak forced to run away because this Lina has a double damage rune yet again.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They might think about going tier 4s at this point. Oh, they're hunting for kills, that's for sure. Leshrak. Oh, missing out on that split earth, and Laguna bladed almost into the ground. Gets his BKB off, but the right-click damage, it is substantial from Chris Luck, who is beyond godlike. 21, 2, and 7. You couldn't ask for a more spectacular performance from Yelena, finally killed by the Bristleback. That's something. Sacred finally getting something in this game, but now he's trapped once more in the middle of 4 radiant bloody heroes, and K1 is one of them. Sacred.
I think. Alright,
They have to run.
Rift out.
Dark Rift home, but they get the Witch Doctor before it completes.
I'm pretty sure someone on Beast Coast actually force-staffed the Bristleback so that they will kill the Lina.
Wait, really?
I think so. I mean, it was like a force-staff or a kick or something. I just saw the Bristleback fly through after Lina got forced by one of her teammates. Yeah, definitely. Someone got the Lina killed there.
Someone's griefing Chris Luck. He drops the thanks in chat. Someone's apologizing
I mean,
to him for sure.
This game though has been all Chris Luck. From the laning stage to the rotations with his TPs, being in the right place at the right time, just kind of manning up with the damage output. Like, you saw him middle, he just tanked through the tier 4s, just trusted his teammates that they were going to save him. And they did for the most part. You got the Yules and they forced him out, but then, you know, you got someone working against him though.
There's an imposter. Lots of neutral items
21 and
dropping.
3.
Yeah, he's got a huge KDA. What's Wraithkin? Is it Wraithkin getting the Cloak of Flames? He's not got a neutral item.
Yeah, he doesn't. Interesting.
Underlord's holding on to that cloak. But lots of neutrals dropping there.
Top tower is
Quickening Charm, Elven Tunic, Ceremonial Robe. Oh, the Radiant team have got all the clothing. They've got a tunic, they've got a robe, they've got a cloak. They have a mask. Good stuff.
Can you,
under attack.
do you consider the legs like boots or something?
Yeah.
Spider legs.
Why not?
Some kind of boots, shoes.
Bristleback walking in. Oh my god, Bristleback, no! Holy shit, he was not expecting that, was he? Walks straight towards them, and this Daedalus from Lina really troubling for EGOBOYS, because without Bristle for 70 seconds, it looks like they might lose yet another lane.
Yeah, I think he was facing the wrong way too. He let him tickle his belly. Died rather quickly.
That is his weak spot.
Tower has fallen.
Well, Leshrak's pushing mid, Ricky is farming jungle. No Real concerted effort here all by EGOBOYS to defend that top lane.
Yeah, absolutely no resistance. Just give it up. Play for the
Lash might be
last
dying
stacks,
mid.
maybe.
BKB's up, and Lina finds Alone's Lash. Might be forcing a buyback here, though, as the rest of Beast Coast are in the base. They're hitting and whacking, critting into Tano. The Tusk is down. Alone's Lash did buy back for this, but Whisper, 5-star rating
Again?
as he gets them all away.
Damn, not a single bad rift so far.
Dire's middle
Unless you count the time where the Witch Doctor died before he got out.
No, Witch Doctor's
That might
not
be a
worth
4
anything.
stars. Oh, damn. Okay. Alright. Well, he had like, what, 100 HP left there when he got away from the left side?
It was incredibly close, and Schofield is gone in on the Maiden. Simple, easy picking. Snowball's there, but the Yule Scepter has caught up this Earth Spirit, brings him down to the ground with a thud. This Underlord, though, unable to save this Stinger Witch Doctor, who is behind enemy lines. K1, though, he's got a different thing on his mind. He wants blood. Straight onto that Lotus Orbed up Bristleback, but holy crap! Look at the right-click damage, the potential here from Beast Coast to shred through that quote-unquote tanky boy. Absolutely annihilates him. And now they've got Ricky inside the roots, trapping him, and Laguna Blade. That little stealth assassin. While a buyback from Bristle, I don't know if that's going to accomplish anything. Again, just shredded. Double kill for Chris Luck, and good game's called. Beast Coast with a 2-0 victory. Chris triple kill. 20 what? 20. He's got 1 million kills. I don't even want to count anymore.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot. I mean, I think Chris Luck and K1 pretty much played one of their or two of their signature heroes.
Yeah.
To be honest, the Lina and the Wraith King, they were going all out in this game. I mean, Schofield, Earth Spirit, that's a freaking treat. Stinger was spot on. Whisper, like, it doesn't matter what this guy plays. He plays everything. He just buys like a bunch of aura items, saves his teammates, casts his spells. He's a real team gamer right there. But I mean, this was all just Chris Luck at the end of the day still, though. From like the early game, the laning stage, to his rotations, it's just always a treat to watch this guy play Lina.
Yeah, the item build as well, right? Having Ewells into BKB, then back for the Boots of Travel, the Silver Edge, the
And
Daedalus.
Really good build. Like, he always goes this physical damage build on Lina. I want to say like 90% of the games when he plays it. I think it's just really powerful. Lets him scale very well.
Absolutely does. There we have it. First series of Div 1 for South America in the books as Beast Coast dispatch with EGOBOYS 2-0. I'll throw it back to the panel and see what they had to think about it.
Yes. Thank you, GB and Theming. Great commentary per usual, and a standout performance from our buddy Chris Luck. 26-3 to end that game on the Lina. Pretty straightforward story on this one, gentlemen. They dominated a couple of those lanes. They never really threw away that lead, and it continued until they closed it out 49-21.
Yeah, I